Yahawah, only give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. The honors to the other apostles of great Millstone who teach and rule well, and shalom to the sincere Akim, spreading truth and sincerity. Shalom. This video I want to talk about something that happened to me yesterday at the job concerning me and my colleague, because the colleague, he turned into an ultimate demon, man, an ultimate demon. So what happened was, as some of y'all might know, I work outside now, fixing light poles and making sure that the lights work. So, we was told to go to a certain place, to just check out, the lights, make pictures, and just report that back, so that basically the government, knows what up concerning the status of these lights, because soon they're going to be changed. So it's like, okay, cool cat. I see my colleague. I see him grab the tape, which when we grab tape, and we already closed the light pole itself, the door of it. Then I already know, like, hey, he's grabbing it because he want to close it up with the tape. Then I know that that door has to be changed. So I made a picture of that as well. Then I send it, through the app that we use, so that the office gets all the information, the pictures, the things that we basically found out concerning the status of these light poles. So then the office, texts me, do you have one of the doors with you? I'd be like, yes, I have it. Then I tell my colleague, we might have to go back. We might have to go back, because I remembered that I made a picture of that. And often, the office says, okay, go back to that place, and fix this, fix that as well concerning that. So then you just go back. But my colleague is a person, he really don't like that, man. He's someone that really wants to finish the things as fast as possible. Make sure that he doesn't have to come there again. So when I told him that, he was looking at me like, what did you say? Like then I told him, like, hey, because I was in the picture of the door. Then he got hella frustrated, man. He got hella mad. He'd be like, man, you're a trouble person, man. You're trouble, man. Why? It's like 20 kilometers back. This man got hella mad. Meanwhile, I was just trying to do my job, to the best of my ability, because extra light, extra door means extra money for the company, right? You see, so more money coming in means, hey, I'm making money for the company. So then this man, he makes speed with the car. And all of a sudden, without me having my seatbelt on, he presses the brakes. Hey, I almost flew through the window, man. If he had driven harder than that, I might have hit the window. But because it wasn't that hard, I only moved up, and my knees basically made sure that I was still here, like, boom. So then I was like, why are you doing this, man, with a calm and collected voice. I'm like, why do you do this? Yeah, you trouble child, you trouble, you problem, you this and that. I was like, man, what the fuck is this? This man going nuts, goes insane because of me assuming, me thinking that, we might have to go back, Meanwhile, that, how do you say it? That door was not even meant for that location. You see, the thing that I learned from myself is, just wait, what the office is going to reply back. But, for me, it's also a way of communicating with him, because he don't understand the Dutch language that well. So everything that comes from the office, or everything that's written down in the app that we use that's in Dutch, I have to make known to him, in very, easy to understand Dutch. So the communication already is a problem. then I got, was like, let me stay calm, man. But in my spirit, I was like, hey, this is the last day that I'm gonna work with this man. I'm gonna tell the office, and I did as well. I contacted them and was like, man, this is the last time that I'm gonna work with this man, because he does it often, man. This man flips out of nowhere for no reason. Small things, makes no sense. So then I texted the office, what happened, and I was a bit mad, man. I was like, hey, let me just go home. I'm not gonna stay here, because this man, it had to come to a point that he said, yeah, come on, let's work. Then I'd be like, hey, do you think it's normal what you just did? Do you think it's really normal what you just did? Yeah, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, but you're gonna do such things again. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, my mistake. This man humbled himself, but I know through the scriptures, these wicked people, because he's an Amalekite, these wicked, that the Bible speaks of, being these so-called white people, and these Turkish and these so-called Jewish people, these, hey, though they humble themselves, take heed, because eventually that wicked behavior of them is going to show yet again, you see. So this man really thought that he could, basically do just everything that he thought that he could get away with. In the book of Psalms, the 73rd chapter talks about that, man. These people have a certain spirit upon them that they really think that they can get away with all these things, man. This is Psalms chapter 73, and let's see, where is it? Verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. So when these people have done things, the recompense that they receive, is nothing compared to what someone else might, have received for the same thing. Take, for example, a so-called white person gets caught selling weed in America. Let's stick with America, because we know America is a great example that we can use, to edify and, to give great examples. So take for instance America. If a so-called white man gets caught stealing, gets caught, selling weed, this man, it's only 7 years and then he's off, man. He gets out of jail, whatever. But if a so-called Negro, an Israelite man, if he gets caught selling weed, this man goes to life for 25 years, man, if not more. You see, so there you see that these so-called white people, they're not in trouble, just like other people, man. They can get away with things that other people are not able to get away with. You see. So this man, he really thought that he could get away with, whatever he did during that time. But the beautiful point is, this man, Yahawashi, I'll be part of the elect. This man has no idea what he actually did. Putting my life at risk, because I was able to fly through the window. Through the spirit and power of Bahasham, Yahawashi, that never happened. But he did mark himself, for destruction. Psalms 73 and verse 6. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. You see, because they're able to get away with all these things, they're very proud people, and they think they can get away with a lot of things. Therefore, they're also very violent. You see. So, Yahawashi, I was trained yesterday to behave myself in a certain manner. I already came across the mistake that I made is by contacting the office, too quickly, instead of talk with him face to face as I was actually supposed to do, which happened later on. But then I also told the office, it's cool, cat, just leave it. He apologized. But in my mind, I know, man, these people, they apologize, but, they ain't mean shit of what they're saying, because they're going to continue doing that. But the beautiful point is, this man now understands or realizes that he, should not treat me in such a way. This is Sirach, chapter 12, and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So here the scriptures plainly tell us we're not supposed to trust our enemies, with nothing. And our number one enemy is Esau, Edom, the so-called women upon the earth. And an Amalekite, goes back to Esau, pursuant to Genesis the 36th chapter. See, so they fall into that same category. And at the job I'm surrounded by these Amalekites, man. So you should, I want to say you should, but I should always be circumspect of their behavior. Of course, a couple of jakes here and there, but they're coons because they think because these Amalekites are basically foreigners over here in the Netherlands, that they're gonna have a better, they're gonna be treated better. But for the Amalekites, man, you're still a piece of shit towards them. You see. Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, that's what he did. Eventually he humbled himself. After I had to pinpoint out towards him that what he did is not acceptable. So let me look up the word humble, because he really apologized with a low voice, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it's my mistake. Yeah, exactly. But humble means submissive, respectful, lowly in manner, modest, not self-asserting, obedient. That's the spirit that he came in. There really is a spirit that he came in after he realized that he fucked up. So Sirach chapter 12 verse 11 again. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. So watch what they're doing, man. Always be circumspect of that. And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away. So the looking glass is referring to a mirror. And the mirrors back in the day were made out of metal that was able to rust. See, of iron. So in order for that mirror to be shiny and things, these people are mad, man. So in order for these mirrors to become shiny again, they have to wipe it. They have to wipe away the rust. But if you're gonna look at it, it's still there. If you look very close, it's gonna be still there. So the wickedness remains within them. But what also happens after a while? After a while, the rust comes back. And that's constantly happening with these people, man. So they might feign themselves to be humble, but that spirit is still within them. The spirit that goes all the way back, to when Esau wanted to kill our forefather, Jacob, because of the blessing that he basically was, supplanted from, which he actually gave up himself. Should have thought for himself concerning the blessing that he received and the birthright, etc. What else? What I wanted to grab? Yeah. So this is Exodus chapter 14, verse 14, and it says, "The Lord Yahawah shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace." That's what we're supposed to do in these situations right now, in which we are not in a position that we're able to revenge ourselves without, consequences. You see, so the office also told me, like, hey, it's very good that you stayed calm. I was like, yeah, I have to. Why? Because if I don't do such a thing, I put my job at stake. That's not something that you want. You see. Also, if you revenge yourself, your iniquity is going to be held in remembrance, pursuant to Sirach. What is it, like 38 or 37? Let's see where it is. Let me quickly look. This Sirach chapter 28, verse 1. He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord Yahawah, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance. You see, so you don't want to revenge yourselves right now. Meanwhile, we're not in a position to do such a thing. Once the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, is giving us the go. You know, when we receive that spiritual power, we're able to stand up against our enemies. You know, then we're able to perform the terror that we have meditated upon. But for right now, we should just try to seek to be at peace with all men. You know, and be circumspect with what's going on in our surroundings, how they treat us. You know, and of course, through the Spirit, the Most High is able to, you know, put the things back in our mind once the time is there. Like, oh, I remember he did this unto me, and he did this unto me. He treated me like this. He treated me like this. You see, and the people that really treat us like garbage, you know, especially the men of the Lord, you know, they're gonna, hey, it's actually better for them to commit suicide, man. This is Luke chapter 17, verse 1, and it says, "Then said he unto the disciples," Yahawashi speaking, "it is impossible, but that offenses will come." So, offenses will surely come. You know, that's what's being said here. Offenses are going to come. But woe unto him for whom they come. So, destruction unto him that offends us. You see? That means, you know, terrible death. You know, great judgment being poured upon his people. Verse 2, "It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and cast into the sea, than that he should offend one of these little ones." And these little ones refer to the men of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. You see, those that are in the truth. You know, of course, you know, yesterday I learned my lesson as well. You know, and what we should be doing is we should just try to adjust ourselves, you know, and adapt to our surroundings concerning how we should be around these people. You know, but we should be wise as a serpent, as harmless as a dove. You know, what does it mean to be wise as a serpent? You know, it means to apply the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahawashi and Yahawashi of how we are supposed to conduct ourselves. You know, what does it mean to be harmed? It means that we're not, you know, carnally minded. You know, in a way that we're also showing that, you know, and perform that. You see, so yeah, it was basically the testimony concerning my colleague, man. But hey, this man, hey, Satan was upon him, man. The demon was heavy upon this man. I'm telling you. Telling you, man, the face that he made, you know, and the fact that he, you know, speeded with the car and then all of a sudden pressed the brake so hard. Something is not good with this man. You know, these people are bugged the fuck out. But hey, it is what it is. You know, Yartaza, you know, this lesson was edifying. That I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles of great Millstone who teach and rule well, and shalom to the sincere Akiams, furnish truth and sincerity. Shalom.